Welcome, Brian. So what inspired you to put your name forward as a candidate in this election?
Well, I've worked for the city for 24 years prior to retirement, and also worked for the federal government before that for a number of years too. So I've been watching what has been occurring, and I can sit back and complain about it, or I can write a letter like a typical Canadian, or I can run for council and try and make some changes. And so I chose to run for council, and if elected, hopefully influence some changes.
So what experience will assist you in being an effective elected representative?
My career in the fire service will help immensely. My last 5 years was spent as deputy chief, and part of that role was in budget. Well, part of it was budgets and health and safety and training. And I have a good understanding of the city budgeting system, so that will help out. I've also done lots of interaction with different levels of government throughout my career, whether it be municipal, federal, or provincial.
So what do you believe are the most important issues facing our region?
In Medicine Hat, probably the most important the most important issue is the financially fit, or the financial situation within the city. We've been working, and the city has been working for a number of years now, trying to offset or to reduce their operating budget, and that's just not been working effectively. In addition to that, in the last 5 years, they've doubled the debt service ratio from 31% to 62%.
So how do you believe your election platform is going to benefit or improve the lives of our constituents here?
I'm one of the people. I don't pretend to be better than anybody else. I understand what's going on. I have no problems talking with people, and it's important to have the trust of the people of Medicine Hat. My platform looks at 4 areas, but actually it covers a lot more than that. So their fiscal responsibility and downtown, and the closure of the recreation facilities and selling of electric generation. Those are all things that are important to the people of Medicine Hat.
And what strategies and specific policies would you suggest that address the pillars in the Chamber's Vote Prosperity platform? So those include innovation and a competitive strategy, infrastructure development, image and branding, workforce development, and business and financial supports.
Strategies from the strategic side of things, working together is huge, and developing a plan with SMART goals. Right now we see a lot of visions, and visions just are visions. With SMART goals, so specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time sensitive. That's what you need to find or to complete projects. And you need to have some check and balance as to how you're doing as you're completing or moving along in your projects. Image and branding is important as well. Medicine Hat, when I first moved here, was the oasis on the prairie, the gas city. It's time to. I personally like the oasis on the prairie. It really is. It's such a beautiful place here. We moved to Medicine Hat in 1972, and one of the stunning things for me was coming down 3rd Street Hill, looking at the downtown. You had OK Economy, and you had Woolworths and Simpson Sears, and I'm dating myself, Kresge's, and so it was a really interesting downtown, and just a really nice small city at that time.
Great.
Workforce development, of course, we want to bring more people here. Medicine Hat is probably in one of the most unique positions in the province, at least, if not in the country, where our population has always increased 0.5%, but it's still an increase year after year. So we need to keep up with that, and bring industries in and businesses in that want to move here. Of course, if you start closing recreation facilities, then there's less for the families to come here with.
So, in conclusion, Brian, is there any other insights or comments, thoughts that you'd like to share with the voting public?
Well, I'm here to represent the people of Medicine Hat. I think that I bring a lot to the plate. Long-time resident here, got to know a lot of people, interact through the fire service. And, you know, the one thing in the fire service is we saw people at their worst. You know, they didn't call us because they wanted to visit. They'd call us because their house was on fire or something. And so that brought a compassion to me and a caring for the city. So, and to further reach out to people, we're going to be doing tours, I guess, setting up in the parks on the weekends for the next, until election time.
Thank you so much for your time today, Brian.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.